They handed me a glass of champagne, smiled, and then destroyed my career in front of 230 people. No warning, no meeting, no explanation. Just a microphone and the CEO saying, "Michael, your time here is over." People clapped awkwardly. Some laughed, and I didn't say a word. I just walked out. Because what none of them realized that night was simple. That wasn't the end of my career. It was the beginning of something they would never see coming. Let me tell you the whole story. The room was loud, bright, controlled. Crystal glasses, soft music, expensive suits. The kind of night where everything looks successful, even if it isn't. I had been with Delta Consulting for 11 years. Senior account manager, 51 million in managed client revenue. That night, everyone expected one thing, my promotion, VP of Client Services. People were already congratulating me before the speeches even started. Even my daughter Emma, sitting at the edge of the ballroom with my sister, whispered, "Daddy, are you going on stage?" I smiled. Maybe. I should have known something was off, because when the CEO took the stage, he didn't look at me. Not once. He spoke about growth, about leadership, about the future. Then he paused. "And sometimes," he said, adjusting his cufflinks, "growth requires difficult decisions." The room quieted. Then he said my name. "Michael Hubbard." People turned. I stood up slowly. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "After careful consideration, we've decided to move in a different direction." Silence. "You're no longer with Delta Consulting." No warning, no meeting, just over. Right there, in front of 230 people. Someone dropped a glass. A few people shifted uncomfortably. Others avoided eye contact. I heard a whisper behind me. "Wait, is this real?" Emma stood up. "Daddy?" I looked at her, and I did the only thing I could. I smiled. Not for them, for her. I walked past the tables, past the people I had worked with for over a decade, past the CEO, who had already moved on to his next sentence, and I left. Without raising my voice, without asking a question, without defending myself. Because I understood something in that moment. This wasn't a mistake, it was a decision. And decisions leave trails. That night, Emma sat beside me in the car. She didn't say much, just one question. "Did you do something wrong?" I shook my head. "No." "Then why did they do that?" I paused. "Because sometimes people think they can." She nodded slowly and looked out the window. The next morning, I didn't call anyone. I didn't send emails. I didn't post anything. I just sat down and started writing. Names, accounts, decisions, patterns. Because over 11 years, you see things. Not illegal, not dramatic, just patterns. Within 3 months, I knew exactly what had happened. The company wasn't growing, it was being held together by a few key accounts, my accounts. And someone had made a decision, remove dependency, remove me. But they misunderstood something critical. They thought relationships were transferable. They weren't. I didn't call my old clients. I didn't try to win them back. I waited. And within 6 months, the calls started coming. Not aggressive, not desperate, just curious. "Michael, are you available?" I answered carefully. "I'm exploring options." Because I wasn't interested in going back. I was building something else. Year 1 was quiet. Consulting, advising, small projects, nothing flashy. But I was building structure, ownership, control. Year 2, I registered a firm. Not under my name, and I brought in people I trusted, quietly, carefully, people who understood systems, not just sales. Year 3, things shifted. Delta started losing accounts, not dramatically, just gradually. Clients left without conflict, without noise, just gone. Because trust doesn't collapse loudly, it fades. And I watched, not emotionally, not personally, just strategically. Because revenge isn't reaction, it's timing. By year 4, Delta wasn't failing, but it was exposed. Margins shrinking, leadership rotating, clients uncertain, and investors watching. That's when I made my move. Not publicly, not aggressively, through a holding structure, layered, clean, legal, a quiet acquisition offer. They didn't know it was me, not at first. Why would they? I had disappeared. The meeting was scheduled on a Tuesday morning. Boardroom, same building, same glass walls, same polished table. I walked in, 4 years later. No announcement, no reaction, just presence. The CEO looked up, confused, then still. "Michael?" I nodded. "Good morning." Silence filled the room. One of the board members cleared his throat. "You're representing the buyer?" "Yes." The CEO leaned back, trying to recover control. "This is unexpected." I smiled slightly. "For both of us." The documents were already on the table. Clean, structured, final. He looked through them quickly, then slower, then carefully, because now he understood. "You've been planning this," he said quietly. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Another board member spoke. "The offer is strong," because it was. Fair, strategic, unavoidable. The CEO looked at me again. Different this time. Not superior, not confident, just aware. "Why?" he asked. I paused, then answered honestly. "Because you made a decision." Silence. "And I made mine." No anger, no emotion, just alignment. The vote didn't take long. It couldn't. The company needed stability, and I was offering it. When it was done, he stayed seated. I stood up, collected my folder, and before leaving, I said one thing. "The night you fired me," he looked up, "I understood exactly who you were." I paused. "And I decided who I would become." Then I walked out. Again. But this time, everything was different. That evening, I picked up Emma. She was older now, more observant. "How was your day?" she asked. I smiled. "Productive." She looked at me carefully. "Did something big happen?" I nodded. "Yes." "What?" I thought for a second, then said, "Remember that night, 4 years ago?" She nodded slowly. "I finished it." She smiled and leaned back in her seat, and for the first time since that night, everything felt quiet.
Select now another video in our series of family and company dramas. They are all powerful stories of people coming back stronger after they have been humiliated or hurt by family members or their management. Always make sure you stay strong. Let nobody ever tell you what you are worth. You know the best. Of course.